Let's get ready to strip on today's episode of Life Starring Deb. Oh, so you thought you were going to come back and I was just going to be sitting up in here with my clothes off? No, although I could have. So today we are going to talk about our bodies. We need to talk about our bodies. So I'm going to ask a question. When was the last time that you took a long, hard look at your body in a full-length mirror, naked? Yeah, I know we take showers and we take baths and we get out, and the first thing we usually do is grab that towel and throw it around us, right? And we're looking in the mirror sometimes when we do that, but that's a glance. That's not a look. I'm talking about really looking at our bodies, staring at them, glaring at them, right? And for those of you that think, yeah, I look at my body all the time, that's great. But what I want to know is, what is your thought when you look at your body? What's the first thing you think about? And what is the first thing that you see when you look at your body? Do your eyes automatically go to the parts of your body that are unflattering to you? The parts of the body that you don't necessarily like? Do you look at your body and then do you grab your stomach and squeeze it like dough and feel like, if I could just get rid of this? Or do you look at your breasts and think, if they could just pick up? Or your arms, if I could just get rid of this? So ask yourself that right now. Grab your stomachs, that area that you don't really like because you can feel it, right? Grab it. If you could just get rid of that, what? What's going to happen? Are you going to be richer? Are you going to be smarter? Are you going to be more social if you didn't have that? Think about it. What I want you to know today is whatever feelings you may be having about your body, you are not alone. Statistics say about 80% of women don't like their bodies. And it's normal to have some bad body days when you just don't feel good in your own skin. But where do those thoughts come from? So I got to go all the way back to the beginning of time. Adam and Eve, you know the story. They were frolicking around in the garden and they were naked until sin. And then they realized that they were naked and they felt embarrassed and ashamed and they wanted to cover up. And even God said, well, who told you you were naked? That's kind of like us, right? We walk around and we're feeling good at some point in our life. We're feeling good about our bodies and we're walking around and we're showing them off until somebody, either somebody or ourselves, tell us that we're fat or we're skinny or we're this, that, and the other. And then all of a sudden we start to feel embarrassed and ashamed of our bodies. Body shaming is all around us. Everywhere we look, we see images of what the world says is the perfect body, right? Body enhancements and this crash diet or, this new outfit or this new trend or all of these things that are telling us that our bodies are not good enough. And what's worse than that is people want to think that women compare their body to the next person's body. And yeah, some of that does go on. If I could just look like that. Sometimes that does happen. But more often, we compare ourselves to ourselves, like we're in competition with our younger self, right? We think about how we used to look, and we talk about that all the time as if how we look now is not good enough. Listen, whatever you feel about your body, whether you feel it's overweight or underweight, whatever it is, you've got to own that. But you also have to change the way that you look at it and also the way that you think about it. You've got to stop sending negative messages to yourself about your body, because those messages hurt. They come back and they haunt us. And it will have you in such a state that you won't want to go anywhere. You won't want to do anything because you're going to be feeling so bad about the skin that you're in. And when did being fat or skinny become a bad word? It's just a word. So let's change the way that we feel about ourselves. Look, sis, you are beautiful just the way you are. And do you know that being fine or sexy has very little to do with your body weight? It's mental. It's the way that you carry yourself. If you carry yourself and you think that you are all that, you are going to be all that. And that is what's attractive. People will learn to treat you the way that you treat you. But we've got to change the messages that we send to ourselves. So let me share a little story about myself, right? So I had COVID, and I had it pretty bad. Well, once I recovered, I decided to go to the doctor to get a physical because I just needed to know that I was okay inside my body. So they ran a bunch of tests and blood pressure and blood and this, that, and the other. A couple of days later, I got a call from my doctor. She said, "Deborah, I need to talk to you." That can't be good, right? So I went. I said, "What's going on?" She said, "Deborah, you've got to lose some weight and you've got to bring down your blood sugar. I'm concerned about your blood sugar. It's too high." Well, I didn't even know what that was. Like, what is that? And I asked her, like, okay, so what is that? And she said, in a nutshell, if you don't bring down your blood sugar, you could end up with diabetes. Diabetes? Like, there's nobody in my family that has diabetes. My grandmother lived to be 101 years old, and she never had diabetes. Diabetes? I don't even think I really knew anything about diabetes other than Big Mama had it on soul food, and they cut off her foot. That's about as much as I knew about diabetics, because that's not something that I thought about or learned about because it didn't pertain to me, so I thought. So I said, okay, what I got to do? And she said, well, you need to change your eating habits. You need to, pay more attention to what you're putting in your body. I said, okay, like what? She said, well, like cookies and cake and cereal. Wait, that's all the stuff I eat. Cookies, cake, cereal, and sugar this and sugar that. And yeah, but you know what? I want to live, right? So I said, okay, fine. Yeah, okay, I'll do it. And she said, look, it's not that easy. I speak to 200 patients in a week, and I have the same conversation, and they come back in here, and their weight is more than what they were when we first started, and their blood sugar, I want to hear all that. If you said I have to change, then I'm going to change, because I want to be around to enjoy my life, to enjoy my children and my family, right? So I said, okay. So I went home, and I had a conversation with my family. I said, okay, this is what the doctor said, and this is what I have to do. And I especially had to tell my 2 grandchildren, because they're constantly bringing me cupcakes and Hershey Kisses and the stuff that I love. And Grandma, we got you some Kit Kats. I'm so glad I got some Kit Kats. No more Kit Kats. No more Kit Kats. So I had to have that conversation, and I changed starting that day. I changed my eating habits. And in doing so, I lost a lot of weight. But here's the thing about that. I didn't even know I was heavy until I lost the weight, because I carry myself the same way. But then when I went in my closet, because I was losing all this weight and so nothing fit, I had to go buy more clothes. But before I had to buy more clothes, I had to try on the clothes that I have so that I see what I needed to replace. And everything I was putting on was too big. And I was looking at pants, I was holding them out to here like, who was wearing these? Me? But again, I didn't even know I was heavy, because I carried myself in such a way that weight was not an issue. Even when I would go shopping and I would get one size and put on be too tight, I just go out and get another size. I wasn't paying attention to the labels. Had I been paying attention to the labels, really, I would have known that I was going from a 10 to a 14, from a 14 to a 16, and so on. Oh yeah, your girl was getting there, but your girl didn't know, because I was still walking around because I was feeling good, my mentality was right, and I was giving myself the right messages all the time. Looking in the mirror and go, girl, you look good. Girl, you look good. And I did, and I felt good. But now that I have lost the weight, I feel better. But it wasn't about losing the weight to be finer. It was about being healthier. And because I was becoming and constantly becoming healthier in my body, I realize now that I feel much better. I have more energy. I can do more things, and I look good and I feel good in the state that I am, because I'm doing the work. It's not about the perception of other people's. I really don't care about that. It's about how I feel, how Deborah feels when she gets dressed or when I take it off. I feel amazing. And I want you to feel amazing too. So when you think about your journey, whether it be to gain weight or whether it be to lose weight, remember, it's about being healthy, being your most healthier self. And again, it's not just about losing weight, because what I realized is, as I was losing the weight, I was also losing and getting rid of the mental weight, that junk that we hold on to, other people's stuff that weigh us down. So look, transformation takes time. It does. But you have to start somewhere and be easy on yourself as you go through the process. And don't allow other people's opinions of you determine where you are in your journey or make you stop. Just keep going. Keep moving forward. I guarantee you, you will thank yourself later. Sometimes we just need a little help with presenting our best self. And it starts with our foundation, our undergarments, what we have on underneath our clothes. Sometimes it's just as simple as maybe we're wearing the wrong size bra. Let's check out the bras and panties of Victoria's Secret. So many choices. Where do we begin? So this is my girl Teresa at Victoria's Secret, and she is getting ready to measure me so that I get the right size bra.
Well, so the way that we measure is I'm going to bring it around the top of your chest. I'm going to pull it at its tightest. That's going to let us know what size you're going to wear around. You want to make sure it's really snug because the bras loosen up. So you're going to make sure it fits great the whole time. Then we bring it down to the middle and across the fullest part of your bust, and always start after the number that we get you at, and then we count A, B, C, D from there.
And how important is it for the band so that the band fits really good?
It's really important that your band, when you first get it, fits snug because it definitely does loosen up. So you want to make sure it's on the 2 middle clasps. So either you have that room to either go looser or you go tighter.
Great. Thank you, Teresa. There are many choices when it comes to selecting a good panty. They have low-rise, high-rise, bikini, thong, cotton, tomboy. Just remember that if you have a muffin top, you want to get panties that come just right under the navel. That way your muffin top won't hang over the front, and it'll give a smoother look when you wear your pants, your dresses, or your skirts. So, I got my bag of goodies, and I'm on my way out the store. Oh, you want to know what I purchased? I'm in Victoria. Don't tell nobody. So how we feeling, ladies? We feeling bold? I picked up this beautiful swimsuit at Target. It's from the Tabitha Brown collection. It enhances all my curves. It's a perfect day for a swim. Swimsuits are cute, but they're not for modeling. They're for getting in the water. So join me. Don't forget to subscribe to Life Starring Deb. Good day.